activities you are getting yourself involved in. One is wondering, what about the fear for yourself? Because most times from afar, some of us who love what you're doing, engaging the system, wonder, we're afraid for you. Are you in any way thinking about yourself too?
Every human being wants to remain alive. But the power to be alive and not to be alive belongs to Almighty. And that doesn't mean that you should also not adopt, human method to be safe also.
Yeah.
Why putting your ultimate trust in God? Of course, there is fears. And those fears are born out of, threats that have been real in the past. So we have gone through it. So why would I not fear? The third assassination attempt in Imo got some people beheaded and murdered. And I escaped the bombing narrowly that day. So why would I not be scared for my life? I want to live. All I fought for that day was to be alive. So unfortunately, that loved ones were also killed in the process. So I've had frame of charges, murder charge, terrorism charge, and arson of offenses that you never have anything to do with. Accused of separatist activity just because I'm calling for Nnamdi Kanu's release.
Yes.
Innocent people, kept in detention who didn't even do anything because you want them to say Ikenga did this, Ikenga did not do this. So yes, there's always threat. The axis of evil will always want to shut you up. What they do, these people in darkness, is that they don't want voices to air what they do. So they always want to silence it. So you have to be very careful, of course, praying to God Almighty to remain alive. But then what will you do? You should, because at times you may be driving a car or going home, you can even slump and die. So anybody can die through any method, but nobody wants to die. I get him. But death, like the philosophers will say, is a necessary end that will come when it will come. It's a question of how and when. So I understand that principle and that philosophical saying that it is a necessary end that must come when it will come. It's a question of now, how, and when. And I want my own to be when I'm old. And I want it to be painless.
And it will be so. Let's
It's
bring
God
in
that
Nnamdi
protects.
Kanu. What is the present situation now? And you've over and over again, alongside so many others, called for political solution. What's going on?
I think is the fact that the president does not attach. I'm beginning to feel that the president does not attach importance to the welfare of our people, because if the primary responsibility of government is protection of lives and property, and you consider the Igbo as an integral part of the Nigerian project, which we are, we invest in land where people don't invest. I can't imagine how many Yorubas and how many Hausas that built mansions, in Abia, in Imo, and in Ebony villages. But we have thousands of our people investing in Lagos, building mega mansions, big hotels, industrial estate, and so on and so forth, because we believe that we are one. But your actions at times make us feel you don't even see us as part of the Nigerian project, because if you do, considering the contribution we have also made to the Nigerian project, economically and otherwise, in sports, in education, in everything, it should worry you since 1 year and of being in office. How do I resolve the Southeast question? There have not been any effort. Now you're calling for 30 days youth conference. Have you called for even Umunna meeting on the Igbo problem? You're the president, commander-in-chief, who is supposed to enforce Section 14, lives and property. Our people have told you in clear terms that they want an end to the siege in our land. They want an end to this, uncertainty. People can no longer farm. Go to Umuloloki, one of the, things are happening there. Go to also, go to all of these things are born. Things are destroyed. We are dealing with our own brothers. We are dealing with a bag of people. We are dealing with military officers. We are dealing with a lot of issues down there. But there have not been any national consciousness, national effort to now bring our people together. Our people have all said in clear terms that as part of that show of good faith, as that part of that opportunity of, like a father who wants bring everybody to the table, that obey the judgments of courts. I think for the fact that they have won in court, even when they didn't even have confidence, when they didn't have confidence in the judicial process, they still went through that adjudicatory process and they won. You obey it. That's the least you can do by granting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the bail or releasing him. And Section 174 thereabout was very clear on the powers. So what are we waiting for? The Attorney General can issue nullity. So the president, he has the powers to discontinue and terminate that legal proceeding. Justice Inyako, before the last judgment, agreed to a political solution and gave extended time, almost 3 months, so that government can now file. But the federal government never started that engagement. That shows hate. That shows lack of concern and care for the Igbos. The court, your court even said Go back and find a political way, and I'll wait for you people. Waited 3 months, only for us to come again. Nothing. That made them to say, okay, since your orders are not being obeyed, you don't want to do anything, we don't have confidence. The woman have recused herself from the process. A new judge will come up. But this matter have lingered for over 2 years or thereabouts.
Yeah.
So allow that all over the world is done.
Yeah, of course.
We are not Hezbollah or not those other people. But you see, you are not asking now, ceasefire, Israel, let's go back to the table. Yeah. Even when some of them are murderous gangs that we know.
True.
Our tribe is not a murderous gang. All you need is a political solution to address things that originated from age-long injustice, which everybody knows. We have been treated like we are second class in a country we have invested so much. Is it a lie? That we have some of our leaders who doesn't want to speak in defense of our people. Doesn't take away the fact that our people also know that we have been treated unfairly. In a place we have confidence, in a place we have invested. That is what leads to this agitation. And now discussing and finding solutions to those issues starts with releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then you go to the table. And every stakeholder, town union, governors, elected representatives, church leaders, then we now say this is the roadmap. Even after the war, when Gowon announces 3R, reconstruction, rehabilitation, and this thing, was it implemented?
Integration, yes. Was
it implemented? Our people went home with 20 pounds of all their investment. We didn't get to occupy any position in the army. We didn't get to occupy any serious position in the police force.
An erosion that is ravaging that very region.
Our properties were not returned back up to today.
Yeah.
Our land were balkanized and divided, like cage them so that they don't rise up again. So those 3 hours were like things that was read at the UN Assembly, just for the camera.
No, but what are our governors? You know, yeah, they came together the other day and agreed that, called for the president to adopt the political solution. Do you think they are doing enough to see that this happens? Or what more do you think they can do?
You see, the character of some of these leaders, not all of them, some of them, should tell you that you should not expect much, because what are the process most of them got into office, and what are their consistencies and character? These are people who want half of their people to be killed so that they be declared the winners, who can sign any deal with anybody, even if it's the devil, so that they can be leaders. So are they genuine leaders? You may be a legal leader on paper and access to people's money, but are you really the leader of the people? Do these people have that moral confidence in you as a leader?
What more will you want them to do? If they're probably watching now, what do you think they can take from you?
They should behave as a people leading a people. They should ask themselves, are they leading the people? In the first place, before Nnamdi came, if there was leadership, if there was a direction,
it wouldn't have come.
Would people have followed?
No.
Because there was no leadership. He felt it was a vacuum. Some of them doesn't want to say a word because they don't want to have issues with the government. Some of them have corrupt past. They feel that government will cover them. So if they want to ask that question, they may look at the other way against them. So they are not really, most of them. I'm not all of them, most of them. Because the electoral process was bastardized. So anything can creep into public position today. Forgot one senator told you that those he used to arrest as criminals in the past, they came to Senate and saw them sitting with them. That is the story. The institution, the base, everything is no longer standing strong. So to resolve this issue, like I told you, grant him bail, bring our people to the table. When the Niger Delta issue was there, didn't they, even the vice president traveled to Camp 4.
Amnesty was applied.
Yeah. Today, Tampolo is not the one holding NNPC security contract.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's part of all those harmonization.
Yeah. And one of them is king to a community. So take a turn.
You address their own issue.
And then
even there was rehabilitation in Northeast. Exactly. Those who were even beheading.
Yeah.
We were talking about rehabilitation for them.
And reintegrating them.
Giving them one indomie with one egg, and they were eating. Making clothes for them.
So the injustice is obvious.
In North Central, Buhari, throughout his tenure, was focused on how to end farmer-sellers clash. What was that clash? A man takes his cattle into my farmland, and I say you can't pass. Is that supposed to bring a clash?
No.
Criminal law is supposed to deal with that. But you're still wanting to find a political solution to that crisis. Yes, whether the climate change is chasing the man with the cattle, the point remains my land and my farm is my farm.
Yeah.
The same way he wants his cattle to survive, my farm should survive.
Yeah.
This led to crisis, and the government wanted to find a solution to them. So why not sit with our people also to find a solution to these things that have made our markets to be burnt?
The economy of the South is wrecked.
To be destroyed. Our people, move in fear. They don't travel home. Foreign remittance is dropping, which if it is high, Nigerian government will be benefiting.
True.
The amount of money people remit in dollars
True.
to help their people at home.
True.
Our people, whenever they make money anywhere in the world, if they don't send it home, they feel they have not started.
True.
So those things are not coming in. People are moving their parents and their family members out of the place. So let us be like the national anthem will say, a nation that is, in justice, united as one.
Where no man is oppressed.
So here you're oppressing us every day. Here you're not making any effort to address our complaint. And you still want those people to have confidence. Okay. So all these things are not fair and are not just.
It's fine.